Coping with grief and loss. How to navigate the pain and find support. Grief is heavy. It's overwhelming. One moment you're numb. The next the pain hits like a tidal wave. It can feel like you're stuck in a world that has moved on without you. If you've lost someone or something that mattered deeply, you know how hard it is to find your way through. But you're not alone. Today we're talking about how to cope with grief and loss, not to erase the pain, but to help you navigate it in a way that honors your emotions and your healing process. This isn't about moving on, it's about learning to carry your loss with you while still finding a way forward. Number 1. Understand that grief is different for everyone. Grief doesn't follow a timeline, it doesn't have rules. Some people cry every day, others feel numb for weeks. Some find distractions helpful, others need to sit with the pain. There's no right way to grieve. You might have heard of the 5 stages of grief: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. But grief isn't that simple. It's not a checklist. It's messy, unpredictable, and deeply personal. So if your grief doesn't look like someone else's, that's okay. However you're feeling is valid. Number 2, let yourself feel everything, even the ugly parts. Grief is complicated. It's not just sadness, it's anger, guilt, confusion, even relief sometimes. And that's okay. You might be angry at the world, at yourself, even at the person you lost. Maybe you feel guilty for something you said or didn't say. Maybe you feel nothing at all and wonder if something's wrong with you. Nothing is wrong with you. Grief brings out every emotion, and suppressing them only makes it harder to heal. Let yourself feel even when it's uncomfortable. Number 3, talk about your loss when you're ready. Keeping everything bottled up can make grief even heavier. Finding ways to express what you're feeling can help you process it. That could mean talking to a friend, writing in a journal, or even saying things out loud to yourself. If you don't want to talk, that's okay too. But know that when you're ready, you don't have to go through this alone. If people don't know what to say, don't take it personally. Many want to help but don't know how. If you need support, ask for it. Number 4, take care of your body, even when you don't want to. Grief doesn't just affect your mind, it drains your body too. You might lose your appetite, struggle with sleep, or feel physically exhausted all the time. Try to eat, even if it's just small amounts. Drink water. Move your body when you can, even if it's just a short walk. It won't erase the pain, but it will help you function through it. Taking care of your body doesn't mean you're moving on. It means you're giving yourself the strength to carry your grief. Number 5. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Grief can feel isolating. You might not want to burden others with your pain, but you don't have to go through it alone. If you need someone to talk to, reach out. A friend, a family member, a support group, a therapist. There are people who care and want to help. Sometimes professional help is the best option. Therapy or grief counseling doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. It gives you a safe space to process emotions you might not even realize you have. Number 6. Find small ways to honor your loss. Grief isn't about forgetting. It's about remembering in a way that brings you comfort. Consider creating a small ritual to honor the person or thing you lost. Light a candle, write them letters, visit a place that reminds you of them. Keep something that makes you feel connected. A photo, a piece of jewelry, a song. Honoring your loss in a meaningful way can help you find peace in remembrance. Number 7. Know that grief doesn't go away, but it changes. Right now, it might feel like you'll never be okay again. And in some ways, life will never be the same. But grief isn't something you get over. It's something that evolves with you. The pain doesn't disappear. But over time, it becomes something you carry differently. The waves of grief might still hit, but they won't always feel as crushing. One day you'll smile at a memory instead of breaking down. And when that happens, it doesn't mean you've forgotten. It just means you found a way to carry them with you, in a way that allows you to keep living. Number 8. Allow yourself moments of joy without guilt. After loss, happiness can feel like betrayal. You might feel guilty for laughing, enjoying a moment, or even feeling okay, like you should be sad all the time. But here's the truth. Happiness doesn't erase grief, it coexists with it. It's possible to miss someone and still enjoy your life. You don't have to stay sad to prove you love them. They would want you to find happiness again. Number 9. Surround yourself with people who support you. Not everyone will understand your grief, and that's okay. Some people might tell you to move on or be strong. If someone makes you feel worse, you don't owe them your time. Surround yourself with people who allow you to grieve in your own way. The ones who check in on you, sit with you in silence, or simply listen without judgment. Find a support group if you need to. Being around others who understand can be incredibly healing. Number 10. Be gentle with yourself. Grief is exhausting. Some days will be better than others. Some days just getting out of bed is a victory. Don't compare your healing to anyone else's. There's no deadline for grief. No race to the finish line. You're doing the best you can, and that's enough. Healing isn't about letting go, it's about learning to hold on in a different way. And no matter how impossible it feels right now, you will get through this. If you're grieving, please know that you're not alone. Your pain is real, your loss matters, and there is no right or wrong way to move forward. If this video helped you, share it with someone who might need to hear this. Drop a comment below if you have a story or advice to share, because someone else might be looking for the words you have to give. And remember, healing doesn't mean forgetting. It means finding a way to live, even with the loss. Take care of yourself. You are not alone.